So much of your music is about love and relationships. You can say love and loss and relationships. You're single now, which I find very hard to believe.
Oh,
But the question is, you're not hanging out your heart, are you?
Hanging out my heart? Oh yeah, I think you do. I mean, I think every artist hangs out their heart. You mean like a personal ad?
Yes.
Emmylou Harris, the silver-haired songstress with a voice that has touched millions, stands alone at 77. Her melodies have painted stories of loss, love, and longing for decades, but behind the music lies a personal tale that's remained largely untold. Despite her fame and success, Harris finds herself unmarried in her twilight years, a fact that has puzzled fans and industry insiders alike. Join us as we unravel the bittersweet truth behind Emmylou Harris's single status. Early life and first marriage. Emmylou Harris's journey began in Birmingham, Alabama in 1947. Born into a military family, her childhood was marked by frequent moves, a lifestyle that would inadvertently prepare her for the nomadic existence of a touring musician. As the daughter of a Marine Corps officer, young Emmylou learned to adapt quickly to new environments, a skill that would serve her well in the ever-changing landscape of the music industry. Her early influences were diverse, from the folk revival sounds of Joan Baez and Bob Dylan to the country twang of Buck Owens. At age 22, she took a leap into adulthood, marrying her first husband, Tom Slocum. The union, while brief, had a profound impact on her life and career. In 1970, they welcomed their daughter, Hallie, into the world. Suddenly, Harris found herself juggling the demands of new motherhood with her burgeoning musical aspirations. The challenges of balancing these two worlds proved immense. Harris, determined to make her mark in the music industry, often found herself torn between the needs of her infant daughter and the call of her artistic passion. Late nights in smoky clubs and long hours in recording studios were at odds with the routines of caring for a young child. As the strain of this dual life began to take its toll, Harris's marriage to Slocum began to crumble. The couple, young and unprepared for the pressures of parenthood and a fledgling music career, soon found themselves drifting apart. In 1971, barely a year after Hallie's birth, they divorced. Harris made the difficult decision to move back to her parents' home. With a young daughter to care for and her dreams of musical stardom still burning bright, she knew she needed a stable base from which to rebuild her life and career. Rise to fame and second marriage. Emmylou Harris's life took a dramatic turn when she met Gram Parsons, a pivotal figure in the country rock movement. Their musical partnership, forged in the early 70s, proved transformative for Harris. Parsons recognized her raw talent and unique voice, introducing her to a world of country music that blended seamlessly with her rock and folk influences. This collaboration not only honed Harris's skills, but also shaped her musical direction for years to come. But their partnership was tragically short-lived. Parsons' untimely death in 1973 left Harris devastated, but determined to carry on his musical legacy. She channeled her grief into her art, using the lessons learned from Parsons to forge her own path in the industry. The period of loss and renewal became the crucible from which her solo career would emerge. The mid-70s saw Harris's star rise meteorically. Her debut solo album, Pieces of the Sky, released in 1975, was a critical and commercial success. It showcased her ability to blend traditional country with contemporary sounds, earning her a devoted following. Subsequent albums like Elite Hotel and Luxury Liner cemented her status as a leading figure in country music. Amidst this whirlwind of success, she found love again. In 1977, she married Brian Ahern, a talented producer who had worked on her breakthrough albums. Their partnership, both personal and professional, seemed to be the perfect match. The following year, they welcomed their daughter Megan, adding to the family Harris had started with her first child, Hallie. But the demands of fame began to take their toll. Constant touring, recording sessions, and public appearances left little time for family life. Harris found herself caught between her roles as a mother, wife, and music icon. Despite their efforts to balance work and family, the strain proved too much for Harris and Ahern's relationship. The couple's bond, once strengthened by their shared passion for music, began to fray under the weight of their professional commitments. In 1984, after 7 years of marriage, they divorced. Yet, true to form, Harris channeled this experience into her music, continuing to evolve as an artist even as she navigated the complexities of her personal life.
Can hold you close.
third marriage and career evolution.
For me, it's always been kind of a song at a time, a project at a time. And I've been fortunate enough to just work with great people, you know, who are inspiring. And so there was always kind of something in the wings to do. Sometimes you whine and say, I'm too busy. But the alternative is, you know, what you want is to be working if you love your work. And I still love my work. I'm very fortunate. I'm feeling like knocking on wood right now.
That's always a good thing.
In 1985, Emmylou Harris embarked on her third marriage to British songwriter Paul Kennerly. Their union seemed promising, built on a foundation of shared musical passion and creativity. Kennerly, known for his concept albums and songwriting prowess, brought a fresh perspective to Harris's already impressive career. This partnership marked the beginning of a new chapter in her personal life and a significant shift in her musical direction. The late 80s saw Harris experimenting with her sound, moving away from her traditional country roots towards a more diverse, eclectic style. Her collaborations with Kennerly resulted in albums that pushed boundaries and challenged expectations. The 1985 release of The Ballad of Sally Rose, a semi-autobiographical concept album, showcased Harris's growth as a songwriter and her willingness to take artistic risks. However, the pressures of maintaining a high-profile career while nurturing a marriage proved challenging. She found herself constantly balancing the demands of recording, touring, and public appearances with the need for personal time and space to cultivate her relationship. The music industry's relentless pace left little room for the quiet moments needed to strengthen marital bonds. Despite their relationship and shared music interests, the strain of their careers began to take a toll on Harris and Kennerly's relationship. They struggled to find common ground outside of their professional life. In 1993, after 8 years of marriage, they divorced. In the wake of this personal setback, Harris channeled her energy into her music with renewed vigor. The 1990s and 2000s saw her undergo a remarkable artistic evolution. She embraced alternative country and Americana, collaborating with diverse artists and pushing the boundaries of her sound. Albums like Wrecking Ball in 95 and Red Dirt Girl in 2000 showcased her willingness to experiment and reinvent herself. This period was marked by critical acclaim and a string of Grammy Awards, cementing her status as a musical icon. Her ability to adapt and evolve, personally and professionally, demonstrated a resilience that would come to define her legacy. Life after divorce.
I think my life is full enough. I've got enough cats and dogs and friends and a busy work schedule. I'm actually doing okay.
In the years following, she found herself at a crossroads. Her experiences with marriage had left her with a complex tapestry of emotions and insights. Her dedication to her music remained unwavering. She poured herself into her art, using it as a vehicle for personal expression and growth. This commitment to artistic integrity became a defining feature of her later career. Her music became a testament to her resilience and adaptability, resonating with audiences who appreciated her authenticity and emotional depth. The challenges of finding lasting love in the spotlight became increasingly apparent to Harris. The public nature of her previous relationships had added an extra layer of pressure and scrutiny. She began to recognize the unique difficulties faced by those in the entertainment industry when it comes to nurturing personal connection. The sad reason behind Harris's decision to remain single in her later years emerged as a complex interplay of factors: her past experiences with marriage, the demands of her career, and a conscious personal choice all contributed to the decision. Harris came to understand that her path to happiness and fulfillment didn't necessarily include a traditional romantic partnership. As she entered her 70s, she embraced her single status with grace and confidence. She found a sense of liberation in focusing on her music, her charitable work, and her personal growth. Her perspective on being single at this stage of life was one of contentment and self-assurance. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you ever had to choose between your passion and maintaining a relationship? Let us know in the comments section below.